Hi, welcome back to the second episode of TF2 Subclasses. Let's take a break this episode from the subclasses that still involve killing people, because this episode we're going to be looking at friendly TF2 players, or friendlies. Now, let's get into it. Friendly TF2 players are the players that don't actually fight, even though the game is called Team Fortress 2. Now you might be wondering why they do this, or be thinking, no one actually does that. And I guess that if you haven't been playing TF2 for that long, you might think this. But Valve actually stated that friendlies are a part of the TF2's player base, and they do care about them, even if they don't know why they find it fun. I'm sure most of you have encountered friendlies on a server before. Friendlies don't kill players, they usually hide in the corners away from action and group up. They will often be taunting, such as doing the conga, manrobics, or the Kazoksky kick. Friendly players usually don't like it if you kill them and will tend to fight back, which is understandable, as you are ruining their playstyle. In order to prevent this, there are ways that the friendly try and communicate with the other team in order to tell them that they're friendly, so that they won't be killed. Some of these include crouch walking towards the enemy, or crouching in a corner. Even if you've never seen a friendly before, it's quite obvious that this person doesn't want to fight if you see them like this. They also spam voice lines such as the yes and no voice lines, as well as the spy check voice lines. It's where the Putis meme came from, because as the heavy, if you spam the need a dispenser here button, it will sound like he's saying Putis! Friendlies will also use their items to show that they are friendly. For example, heavies will drop their sandwich if they have it, and most of the other classes take out their melee weapons to show that they won't be able to do any damage to you, and that they don't want to fight. As well as this, they could engage in their own taunt, or start off one of the other taunts that I showed earlier, such as the conga. Now, we've talked about what friendlies are, but this is a subclasses video, so we're going to talk about the types of friendlies that every class is, or at least what most classes are. So let's get into it. The most well-known and popular friendly is the Hoovy. As I've said before, it's where the Putis meme came from, and is well known for his sandwich, as they usually drop the sandwich and crouch behind it, looking very scared so you won't kill them. Another popular item for the Hoovy are the Holiday Punch. This is so that if they are attacked, they can try and hit the enemy from behind, making them laugh, and then they can taunt kill them. So they'll still kill them, but they can do it in a fun way, which is kind of what being a friendly is all about, I guess. There are a lot of friendlies that usually just use a taunt to show that they're friendly, and most of them are very similar. They are usually taunts that don't require you to move, and they just sit in the same spot for a long period of time. For example, the Pyro Pool Party, or the Hornycorn Ride. The Pyro just sits in the same place, along with all the other friendlies. Another example of this is the Didgeridronko for the Sniper, or the Bucking Bronco for the Engineer, or even newer taunts such as the Table Tantrum for the Heavy. The fact that a lot of these taunts have been added to the game recently, it shows that Valve does care about friendlies, and recognises them as part of the player base. Another one of these taunts is the Rancho Relaxo for the Engineer, but this friendly doesn't really use it normally, like the other players who use the other taunts do. These friendlies usually just use the Rancho Relaxo in spawn, which isn't too different I guess, but there's also some of them that build a sentry nest, and then sit behind their active sentry using the Rancho Relaxo. And since they're still getting kills with the sentry, I'm not entirely sure if this still counts as a friendly. One of my favourite subclasses is the Spy Crab. You can become a Spy Crab by opening the Disguise kit, crouching, looking up and walking. It will cause a bug so that the spy looks like a crab, which is why it's called a Spy Crab. These spy crabs usually walk along the map like this, trying not to be killed, and just seeing how long they can go until they are killed by someone. This subclass is so well known that on the Manco store website you can buy a plushie of a spy crab, and then when you get it, you can enter a code on the game, and you'll get that spy crab in-game as well. Spy crabbing can also be a form of gambling, however. If you take out the disguise kit and taunt, there is a small chance that if you do it, there'll be a separate taunt which is a spy crab, in reference to what I've said earlier about spy crabbing. What some gamblers do is put up items that they want to gamble for in a trade, sometimes using a middleman. They then start trying to do the spy crab taunt by repeatedly taunting over and over again. As soon as someone does the spy crab taunt, they're out, and the other person gets all the items that were put into the pot. This can be done with 2 or more people. This can often be played up to the best of 3 or 5 if there's only 2 people to make the game last longer. Another friendly subclass is the Boxtrot Spy. They do a similar thing to the Spy Crabs, going as far as they can across the map without dying, but they also hide in a box on control points and try to stop payloads, to see how long it will take for people to notice that they are the box and they're what's stopping them from capping. There's kind of a debate on whether or not friendlies should exist or shouldn't, or if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So I asked some of you guys if you were friendlies and why you are. Here's what you said. Another friendly subclass is the medic triangle. This is when 3 medics all heal each other in a triangle shape and try and run across the map without dying. These can be surprisingly hard to kill because they can just keep ubercharging. In my opinion, this is one of the funnest ones to play. Let me know in the comments if you're friendly, why you are, and what's your favourite friendly subclass. I might make another video about friendly subclasses if you think I haven't mentioned all of them, or if you think that I haven't talked about them enough, so let me know. Just before I go, I want to talk about something that isn't quite a friendly, and isn't quite a subclass either. These guys are usually Trojans or demo pans. They'll try and kill you, and then when they mess the market garden or charge up, they realise that they're just left vulnerable and can't do anything. And instead of running away, they just crouch and stare at you and become a friendly just because they don't want you to kill them, which I think is quite funny. Anyway, thanks so much for the support recently. I can't thank you guys enough, this is amazing. I'm either going to release a new subclass video next week, or have a break from subclasses and do an ordinary TF2 video. So tell me what you want me to do in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye. Chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye. I hate the new Kanye, the bad move.